What's going on, guys? My name is Tommy. Welcome back to the channel and happy Friday. It's time for another episode of the Dragon Empires, a 5-minute tour. The request line is open right now. If you've got requests, they go in the comments, assuming no one gets on Goka. But here, 8:58 p.m. Wednesday night, we've got nothing, so we're going to take it from the top and talk about Chuye. If you guys are liking what you're seeing, hit that like and subscribe button. This episode of the Dragon Empires, a 5-minute tour, was brought to you in part by Jeremy Kevin Stiles. Thanks for all your help, man. Now let's dive in. So during the rule of Imperial Lung Hua, the healers of Chuye were particularly well known, even though they weren't generally trusted by the aristocracy, who would, of course, turn their noses up at the notion of seeking a farmer's doctor. The healers of Chuye pioneered many methods of non-magical healing and relaxation, from acupuncture to massage, yet despite that history, Chuye harbored a hideous secret. He was in fact infected by the Oni. Oni are capable of assuming humanoid form, and they delight in hiding amongst unsuspecting societies, using the inhabitants to sate their sinister hungers and pleasures. When Lung Hua collapsed, Chuye was relatively isolated and protected from direct repercussions, but of course the Oni that lurked among the populace saw their chance and revealed their true forms. Less than 5% of Chuye's populace was Oni, but it was definitely enough. The Oni seized power, and in the course of a week of bloody horror, the nation went from a kingdom of healing to a kingdom of pain. For a year, the Oni treated Chuye as their personal playground, and of course the nation suffered greatly. Word of the Oni's cruelty soon spread, but with chaos and atrocities overwhelming the rest of the continent, no one came to save them. After a year, a great and powerful Oni, a Void Yai warlord named Tsunemi, pronounced himself the shogun of Chuye. The nation's violence settled after that somewhat, with giants coming to serve the Oni as an army. Although humans still make up a significant portion of Chuye's population, they now form a slave class, bound to an Oni scribe doctrine known as the Steel Dictate, a decree that no human may wield a weapon. Weapons are for giants and Oni alone. Okay, so I don't think we're necessarily looking at a one-to-one anywhere here, so much as this is a place to put the iconic Far East evil outsiders, the Oni. Though, of course, someone calling themselves shogun means Japan, the Steel Dictate doesn't sound unlike Emperor Hideyoshi taking swords away from the populace, a mass disarmament so the government could be in power. Same idea basically here in Chuye, but if I were to adventure here, there's two fatal flaws in that strategy. First off, unless you're chopping off hands and legs and shoulders and elbows and things, that doesn't stop a monk, right? Take their weapons, you're still gonna get punched for probably more damage than the weapon anyway. Also, magic is a thing, unless there's some clause in the Steel Dictate that says that spell components equal weapons. I think that's what we're playing if we're from Chuye, a monk, a spellcaster, perhaps both, seeking to rid the land of the Oni's influence, or perhaps just getting as far away as they can. Frankly, I could see a sorcerer with like the Martyred Bloodline or the Celestial Bloodline or anything that promotes healing being born from ancestors here, easy peasy. Adventuring here, on the other hand, kind of becomes the same thing. You imagine a lawful evil kingdom has very strong borders and everyone's checked at the border for weapons, unless of course they're giants or Oni. So one imagines this is also a great place for the Hunger Seed tiefling to have come from. You know, we talked about the Hunger Seed not too long ago. Have you caught up on that? Follow this card right up here. We'll tell you all about the Oni kin. But do they get weapons? What if you're a humanoid Oni kin? Does that function? And you have to imagine, again, that there's probably a lot of them from here, which is sweet, because that's one of my favorite tiefling variants. Anywho, what do you guys have to say about Chuye? Have we adventured here? Have we fought Oni? Have we played an Oni blood tiefling? Tell me all about it in the comments, and remember, if you've got a request, we can get to it pretty fast if you throw it in the comments, but that's all we have for today. Thanks for your time, guys. The next episode of the Dragon Empires, a 5-minute tour, drops next Friday.